We're not gonna stop chatting and chilling. It is chatting chuma puta ripo. My chawons, guys, how do we pronounce charons? Chawons. I don't know. But aripo. I think I'll go pajama as well. I'll speak to the Manaka guys so that they provide us. Today we have an amazing guest. We're going to be cooking. So cooking on the show. It's no longer chatting and chilling. We are cooking. And help me welcome my guest, Cooking with Case. Guys, give a big round of applause as she's coming. Whoa! Madam.
Hello.
I know that cat comes sorrow, but anyway, take a seat. I'm normally with a lady called Emily. She's not here. She just decided to teach me.
Okay.
So God gave me you. And no. I know someone is watching and thinking, God gave you. How are you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great, thank you. How are you?
Happy to have you on the show as our first guest. We just did one episode and then Emily disappeared and then you become our first guest. How are you feeling? How is the UK treating you?
I'm feeling great and the UK is great. It's been home for me for some years, but you know, Zim
for
is
some
also
years.
Yes, now.
Guys, how many years have you been in the UK?
About 22 years.
Come on.
Yes, I've been in the UK for 22 years.
So your Shona is totally messed up. Where did you do your high school? Did you do your high school in Zim or you did it here?
I did it here. Same with primary school as well.
You did your primary here? Yes. And where did you get all that Shona from?
You know, once you leave Zimbabwe, it doesn't mean that you've left Zimbabwe. The family...
Guys, you know, we have some people who can go here 2 years, and then they start speaking British accents like,
Shona don't change.
It's weird.
Do you know, one thing I really do value is my cultural identity. I feel like if you forget where you come from, you completely forget anything that enables you to become yourself in any environment. I think that's what gives me my competitive edge, even in business and work, being different as Shona speaking an English person.
22 years you've been here.
Yes.
Yeah, and how was the switch? How was the switch from Zim coming into a new environment, coming into the UK? You came here when you were how old?
If I tell you that, you work out my age.
Oh no, okay, no, not me. You know,
what are you insulting? You know, and the lady never tells her age.
Yeah, I know. But how was the switch though?
It was, do you know,
easy because you're young.
Yeah, I was still quite young.
And your family is here as well?
Yeah, I came with my siblings. So I've got 2 young sisters, they're twins.
What's their names?
Charlene and
We do shout outs here. We do shout outs. Because we chat and chill.
Yeah,
we have got Maputi for you.
Thank you.
We also have got, do you know Maputi?
Of course.
And you know how the recipe goes with Maputi and freeze it.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful stuff. Those are like it raised us.
Absolutely.
Primary school, high school. There used to be some other ladies who would sell popcorns at the school gates and Masamusa.
Yeah, Masamusa as well.
Beautiful stuff. So who is Cooking with Case? Just a brief
introduction.
Yeah.
So I am a food entrepreneur and a business consultant. My background is in economics. I studied economics at university. My day job, I work in the energy sector and utilities. But my real passion and first love is actually cooking. And I've been cooking. I was competing from the age of 14. And I've just sort of...
When you say competing...
Yes, now.
Competing in cooking?
Yes.
Like if they say we want some... At 14?
At the age of 14, yes. So it's actually a story.
Is it something that is in your family? Is there someone in your family who has been doing cooking?
Yeah, no, it definitely follows the bloodline. My great granddad was a really influential chef, and he used to cook for all types of people. And even my dad, he's a brilliant cook. My mom's a brilliant cook. We're all just a family of foodies, and food is quite central to who we are as a family. So
okay,
yeah.
When you say chef, from where we come from Zim, chef. Just like munanfamba nebhasikoro. You know, like if you use a bicycle in Zimbabwe, people say, so he's not rich, he's got a bicycle. How has it become a career? How has it become a job and something that you say we cherish being foodies?
Do you know, I think there's been, particularly in the UK, there's a massive culture around food, and you actually find a lot of food entrepreneurs. A lot of them don't actually come from a technical chefing background. A lot of them are people that have come from they're homegrown foods, food cooks, and chefs that have just decided to create their passion into a business. That's what I've found a lot of the times when I speak to other people in the same industry. But I think chef is a really, really respected career, depending.
Yeah, I've seen a show. There's that international show was MasterChef.
Yeah, MasterChef.
Where those guys end up getting promoted into starting their own businesses and everything. So when you are a chef, do you come up with your own recipes?
Of course, I think it's part of the process. So for me, I remember from a very young age, there's always this idea that, you know, cooking is a science, but cooking is also an art. And for me, I'm a creative person, and cooking just enables me to be, it's a vehicle of expression. I remember when I finished university, so I told you that I was competing at the age of 14. After sort of the completing the competitions, I actually wanted to stop everything and become a professional chef. But my parents were like, no, do you know what? We want you to further your education first. And if you're still passionate about food, we'll definitely support you. So I ended up going to university, like I said. And when I finished uni, I thought I was going to be one of those people that would just instantly get a job. Yeah. And it didn't quite work like that. And I remember sort of the long days where you'd be doing job applications the whole day. I became really passionate about just cooking. I would find that cooking was a way to just completely disassociate and be creative.
What will you be cooking for?
I'll be cooking for my family. So like my mom, my dad and my sisters, I'll be making dinner. But for me, I'll be in a completely different zone and become quite obsessed with it. So through those sessions, I'd then start innovating with, you know, traditional Zimbabwean recipes and putting my own twist on them. So obviously living in the UK, you're exposed to so many different cuisines, Mediterranean, even Asian. So for
Caribbean,
me,
I like Caribbean.
Yeah, Caribbean food as well. So for me, I found that you can actually merge some of those dishes into what we eat now. The other day I made like a Thai infusion with Zimbabwean food, where the sadza was actually cooked with coconut milk, and it almost has the same texture as sticky coconut rice, and you have that with
you're making me get hungry. Really hungry. Guys, it is Chat and Chill, and today we're chilling and chatting to Cooking with K's. Continue. What did you make? Okay, so when you make these things, are you scared? Like I saw a recipe where you put wings into Coca-Cola, then put butter, then do you experiment first before you make it a recipe?
Yes, I think you definitely need to. I remember even when I started my social media, I'd actually say come into the innovation kitchen, where you become part of the process with me, where you know you're experimenting to see how far you can take certain ingredients. And it's something I enjoyed doing, to just share that, you know, you don't always get it right. I remember there was a time I wanted to make mashed potatoes mixed with avocado, and I wanted to make churros out of it, and it was a mess. But you know, you then learn for the next batch when you're making that recipe. Or even when I tried to make rice renedovi but into croquettes as a dessert, you learn over time, which actually, do you know what, I need to add this ingredient for this structure to be able to stand, and so on and so forth.
For someone who's been in the UK for 22 years, who's been telling you about all these Zimbabwean good recipes like rice renedovi, and you said you do a lot of traditional Zimbabwean meals.
Yes.
Who gives you the ideas?
No, and owed to my parents, to be honest. And I think the strong Zimbabwean community here, one thing I love about the Zimbabwean community in the UK is, although we're home away from home, there's certain things that are pivotal to who we are and how we express our identity, and that's expressed through food. So for me, definitely through my parents, through the Zimbabwean community I was raised around as well. And I just love our culture. I think for me, even while I was quite young in school, they would be teaching us French, and I'll tell them, do you know, I can actually speak another language. I can speak Shona. And next thing
was it not a way to get away from learning French?
No, but it was a way for me to then tell them, I can also teach you my language. And you know, like the school would give me the opportunity to teach Shona within our class, because I am genuinely proud to be Zimbabwean, and I love our culture and our heritage. What
makes you a proud Zimbabwean? Okay, what is the one thing that makes you a proud Zimbabwean?
The one thing that makes me a proud Zimbabwean is it's the identity I was raised in. When I hear my parents talking about their time growing up in Zimbabwe.
Are you Ndebele or Shona?
I'm Shona. My husband is Ndebele.
Yeah, no, I'm starting to pick some Ndebele accents in you, like. Okay, and how was it as well? Getting married to Ndebele? How did your family? It has always been war in Zim.
Yeah.
Shona Shadi Ndebele Shadi Short. There is always that war. I mean, I'm a big Highlanders supporter. It is known.
Yep.
I support Highlanders, but there is always even a statement that there is no Shona that supports Highlanders.
Do you know what's interesting? I think we're here in the UK, we're a melting pot of people from different places. You meet the people from Masungo, Marondera, Blair, all in one place, and you tend to just gravitate more towards. We have that commonality as Zimbabweans, so as a result,
So how is Ndebele coming on?
Oh, Gangani.
I think we can end the show right now. Kangane will get us killed. I also don't want to try that. It's Kangane.
Yeah. Every day is a school day.
Chatting and chilling with K, cooking with K's. And how do you balance? Okay, because I believe from cooking for your family, cooking for your parents, you've taken this a step further and made it into a business.
Absolutely.
What events do you normally host?
It literally ranges. I do corporate events, so I've got a regular booking with a company, an international company that sort of requires me to provide.
Do you cook Sza for them?
Yes, now my Sza Bites. So it's Sza cooked in spices, and
someone who is taking Zimbabwean meal internationally. Yeah, give her a lot of applause. Darren, I told you, we need that thing. We need that thing. My booty is gone. You do Sza for international people.
Yes, and I think Sza for us has got there's a component of nostalgia and just how we combine different flavors to make it palatable for us. But with any sort of nationality that has brought their food into the international space, you make some alterations so that it's palatable for people all over.
What alterations have you done to Sza so far? I know you. I personally know you, but for people back home, some of them might not know what you've done to Sza. What have you done to Sza that you think you had gone to the extreme?
And to be fair, there are polarizing views about how I've done this as well. But life is for living.
Yes.
Adding seasoning to a Sza while it's cooking, so the spices really sort of infuse into the Sza, and then afterwards you roll it into small balls. Like when we were children, Sza,
Musua.
Yeah,
it's called musua.
Musua,
yes.
Exactly. And then I then sort of coat that with more wood and deep fry it. When I tell you can even eat that Sza on its own, it's just honestly fabulous. So for me, that's how I've introduced Zimbabwean cuisine with a flavor, because the croquettes are so full of flavor,
yes,
and they enable people to get an understanding of the textures of Zimbabwean food, but also something that they can familiarize with, and that's something that's full of flavor as well.
So I know what happened to the Sza and cheese.
The Sza and cheese is actually another chef who's also kind of pushed the boat with Sza, and I think when I think about Sza and cheese, it's inspired by Italian cuisine. So in Italy they have polenta, and polenta is normally served with cheese. So actually in Italy, yes, and polenta is basically like maize.
It's maize.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when they have it with cheese, and then they also have it with meatballs. So each time when I see somebody doing that, I'm like, okay, I can see where you've drawn that inspiration from. It's actually inspired from Italian cuisine. And that's the beauty about, being exposed to many multicultural cuisines. You then begin to, I guess, fill the gaps with what you know as a staple to new flavors. Like I said, kuisa coconut milk musadza, and you're now having it with like Thai flavored chicken.
There's some grannies out there who sharpen their knives when you step into Zimbabwe and you're now disrespecting Sza. Sza to us has always been that meal, that staple.
Yeah.
We know it's a staple food.
Absolutely.
What's Britain's staple food?
Britain's staple, to be fair, fish and chips.
Every Friday is fish and chips. But how do you balance family and business?
I'll be honest with you, it's been an interesting transition for me. I'm newly married, and learning to adjust to being married and doing the priorities at home, but also running a business.
Listening, and the good part is a supporting husband. I think I give him a thumbs up for that, because wherever it was a 2-hour drive, but he was there with you.
Yeah,
that's a deal. So how is it?
The balance is definitely challenging, and I think one thing I've always said to women who aspire to be in business and anything, something always has to give. If it's not the business, because you're focusing on family, you can't balance everything at once, but you have to almost kind of know that when one thing is suspended in the air without you doing anything, it's still doing what it needs to do on its own. You've set up the processes and the systems in place for it to operate on its own, and then you can focus on one aspect of your life, and then you quickly grab it, and then you continue to give your attention to it. But it definitely isn't an easy plan to kind of walk through, and burnout is a real thing. Especially when you've had a long stretch of just go. If you don't listen to your body, if you don't sort of listen to how you're feeling mentally, you're no good to anyone in your business, in your family, if you're not looking after yourself.
That's so
so
true.
One of the things, so you really do have to prioritize your health. You need to prioritize your family, and I think business will always operate within the capacity of the processes you've created around it. So one of the things I'm looking to do is just adding more automation, adding more just trying to simplify my processes, and having a structure in place where if I'm not able to do it, somebody else can pick up and continue. Because if the business is just you don't really have a business. You need something that can then be replicated.
So before we get into one of the big innovations you've made, one of the biggest innovations, and whenever I say innovations, I think of my first, or not my first skit, but one of the best skits that I've ever done, where I spoke about innovation, and then in the end it just became a joke and people laughed about it. You did an innovation. You created something big, something that I also tried to push it on the market. What inspired the innovation? Don't mention it. What inspired it? What pushed you to say, God, I need to do this?
I think it was a variety of things. It's efficiency. So, like I said, I do different variations of sadza, nema spice, nemka karnechi, and it became quite onerous having to continue to clean midway and put your sadza no po. So for me, it was
you know that. And then our parents back home used to say, "Rare futisena."
It's not
because makoko,
exactly.
everything. And here in the UK, with the blocking of the sewer system and everything, how do you manage?
To be honest, I think for me it was looking for ways to do it sort of
smart,
efficiently and smart.
Yeah.
And I think that really was the first driver. And I'm looking to continue to get Zimbabwean food to the world in a really quick and efficient way. And I'm thinking, okay, how do I get a bit of my culture? For someone to try sadza, they need to have someone that's made the sadza for them. And if you don't have someone that can make the sadza for you, but you've seen something online and you want to give it a go, you can have a device that can help you to do so. So that was really it. And for me, a lot of my business ideas are inspired through the Holy Spirit. And a lot of the times, I'll ask God, is this a good idea? Should I pursue with this? Should I proceed with this? And with this particular project, it stretched me, both in faith, finances, and even my family.
In short, you want to tell the audience that you're broke at the moment.
Buy the thing, please.
All right. We're getting into the new innovation, and how has been support from your family?
It's been completely mind-blowing. Sometimes you don't realize how much you rely on people, how much you need your family, and how much your family can really stand with you until you sort of do something that, again, like I said, it stretches you. Like, for an example, my husband has been quite crucial to how we've designed the product in terms of the packaging and the branding, because that's the line of work he's in. My dad has been crucial in the testing of the product to make sure that it actually does what it's needing to do, and any defects that are sort of coming up, he's there sort of helping me to identify them. My mum, being the woman that she is, from being logistics manager and everything, she's been crucial. Same with my sisters. And earlier this year when we met at the awards, my entire family surprised me and got 2 tables at the Zim Achievers Awards
just to come and support you. You nearly got me fired because I gave you the mic and then you never returned the mic. Ladies and gentlemen, we take a short break. The video that you're seeing right now is an innovation from Cooking with K's.
Hey guys, I'm cooking! So welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be showing you how you use my new multi-cooker to cook traditional Zimbabwean recipes. Yes, you heard it. You're going to be learning how to cook sadza from the Cooking with Kaz multi-cooker. So to get started, let me switch this baby on. You have got options like rice to make rice rinedori. You've got options like meat and slow cook, so you can get your oxtail nicely, beautifully cooked. But you've also got my favorite option on there, which is sadza, We are absolutely revolutionizing how we cook sadza here in the UK. Whether you are working a night shift and you want to have sadza first thing in the morning and you don't want to be there monitoring, get you one of these. Whether you're a busy mom and you want to cook for a family after work, you need one of these. Whether you're a bachelor and you live by yourself and you don't want to get into a relationship solely because you can cook sadza, get you one of these.
And we've been off air, and some news that has been coming to the studio is Kancane Kancane, the one that we had from here, used to be, what was it again?
Cancane.
Kancane.
When you look at the spelling, it's cancane. So I was going around saying...
We don't do that in Ndebele as Fundi Ranjaro. You don't read it that way. This is the innovation. It's, what do you call this?
This is the Sza Cooker. It's an 8-in-1 multi-cooker that has also a Sza cooking function. You can use it for slow cooking, so if you want to make your stews, you can use it for steaming if you're a big fish eater, but most importantly, you can use it to cook Sza.
All right. There you got it. Electric Sza cooker. So you don't have to use mugoti anymore.
Oh no, Zumgoti we leave to the side. And you know, I love my mugoti, but I've now used them more as artifacts in the kitchen. With the Sza cooker, you've got this stainless steel blending arm that sort of modulates itself and twists and cooks the Sza until it's perfect. And
while you chilling with the visitors,
doing whatever you need to do. It's literally...
Yeah, it has always been hard for our parents. You have visitors and you still have to attend to the kitchen, and you need to be monitoring Sza and everything. So all you do, how do you prepare your Sza?
So you get your wufu, you get your cold water, you give it a mix just to make sure
the first mix, yes.
And then you add your boiling water as per the instructions.
Yes.
And then you press the start button.
Do you know what that process is called? The way you put the cold water and mixing? It's called kupambira.
Kupambira.
You know that?
Yes.
Now, whoever has been teaching you, Shona, is amazing.
Kupambira.
And then you put hot water.
Yeah. And then you put your hot water and then you stir it once more and then you press start. Then after, you are ready to serve.
All right. There you had it.
Yes.
It is a new product on the market. And where can people find this product?
You can find it on szacooker.com.
Szacooker.com. So it's there. I've put the name szacooker.com. You said what inspired you is you were tired of cleaning, number one. That was the major problem.
Yeah.
So how many people can get served out of the...
For reasonable portions, up to 15 people. But for some...
For our African portion...
You might...
Four people. Which is a family. Go on szacooker.com. But before we go, you've been doing a lot of recipes. And you've done so many recipes.
That's true.
Do they come with the Sza Cooker though?
The Sza Cooker's got its own recipes coming out, but prior to the Sza Cooker coming out, I've got a book called Zimbabwean Food Reimagined. And Zimbabwean Food Reimagined is really about pushing out the boat with Zimbabwean food when it comes to the recipes that we make as well.
So who do you think really needs a Sza Cooker? Like I did post this thing on Facebook and people said, I prefer my Sza Ramonwa. I prefer my Sza. But I still got some people who said, wow, that's an innovation.
Yeah.
Who needs that?
Do you know, it says now anyone can cook Sza at the top of the box. And the reason for that is it makes it accessible to anyone and everyone. Whether you're married to somebody from Zimbabwe and you've never known how to cook
Ugari.
Sza.
It's not only Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
People from South Africa do it. They call it papa.
Yeah.
And ugali
Yes.
and nsima from Zambia. So it's not only Zimbabwe that do Sza.
Absolutely. And I think it completely widens the scope on what people can do with this product. So the way this cooker works, it makes Sza just how we formulated the recipe for it. It makes Sza, but for ugali, it's a bit stiffer. You add more maize until you get the consistency you like. But honestly speaking, I think anyone can cook Sza now with this product. So whether you are a bachelor who loves Sza and you don't want to find yourself in precarious positions with weird women,
so I think this product is good for your amwene, kumusha. You can buy it for your mother-in-law. Say, mama, no need to be monitoring Sza. I bought you this. Also, you guys, you can also buy it for your wife. Like for me, we have this product at home. My wife no longer, she's at shift, I'm a shift. We put our meal, Sza runs. Also, you guys, Varguitas, must sleep off. I think this is an ideal thing. You got there, prepare Sadza for the two of you, Netflix and chill, while the Sadza is monitoring in the... what an innovation. And how has Zimbabwe received the product?
So we actually did our launch event in Zimbabwe with the support of Maichi Samba and some other notable women within the business space. So Zodwa actually attended the event as well. And it was really well received. The unfortunate thing is trying to get the product into Zimbabwe was just proving to be quite costly for where we are in the business. We've self-funded this project, but we're now sort of fulfilling our aspiration of actually having it on market in Zim. And we're hoping to get it over, hopefully before 2024 Christmas, but after definitely 2025 onwards, this product will be available to buy in Zim as well. But for the few people that have managed to get their hands on one, either because family members have brought it from the UK and brought it to Zimbabwe, they are loving the product. They're really enjoying it.
Do it as a gift, a birthday gift. Do it as a gift to your mother-in-law. Anything. You can buy it for anyone. You can buy it for whoever you feel like. This is the Sza Cooker from Cooking with K's, and like we said, it is found on www.sadzacooker.com. We want people to contact you. All the details, where do they find you?
If you want to find me, you can find me on Instagram on Cooking with Kaz, You can also find me on our website, cookingwithkaz.com. And we're putting together the Facebook page for the Sza Cooker, so you'll be able to find more information.
Yes, we need a Facebook for Sza Cooker. Yes. And thank you so much, Caroline, right?
Yes.
For sparing your time. I know UK is a busy place. I wanted to ask you about mental health, how you find people coming from home struggling with mental health, but I think in the next program we'll do that.
We'll catch up. No, yes. Absolutely.
Thank you so much. If you want the Sza Cooker, go on sadzacooker.com, www.sadzacooker.com. Comic Pasta, I'm out.